Hey guys, welcome back to the Ridge and River YouTube channel. Today we are joined with Claude, our friend from Black Diamond. He's come to visit us at the shop here in Toledo, Ohio. And today we're just going to talk a little bit about the Black Diamond lineup, some products, some of his favorite things, some similarities and differences, jumping into the line, the history of the brand, and just see what happens, see where it takes us. So let's hop right into it.
So starting back in 1957 was when Chouinard Equipment was founded by Yvon Chouinard. So the intention that he had when starting the company was to create cleaner climbing in the climbing world. He originally started by making hardened steel pitons compared to the softer steel piton that they were using pretty much everywhere at that point. So he was doing that for quite a while. He was selling those at about $1.50 a piece. He was able to make 2 of them every hour, and it was a great gig because Yvon originally started out as a blacksmith. In 1989, on December 1st, is when the first big change ever happened. So Peter Metcalf and a few of the Chouinard Equipment employees, they were able to sign the papers and bring the brand over to Salt Lake City where it is today. That's when Black Diamond itself was actually born. So in 1999 was the next big change. So the brand went from that Black Diamond kind of word mark with the traditional C within the diamond, and it moved into the modernized version of the Black Diamond that we all know and love today. To kind of talk about the vision that the brand had was just to create cleaner climbing and also serve the athletes that we're all part of the same community. So everyone that's at Black Diamond, they're out there doing the exact same activities that everyone who purchases their equipment is also doing. So they truly are, people of the climbing community, or whether you're backcountry skiing or you're out backpacking and camping, we've got tons of gear designed by people who are actually using the gear. So they really live the lifestyle.
Yeah, that's always something that's definitely cool to see, like you said, when brands are actually getting after it themselves, whether it be the brand itself or the store or the gym that you're at, it creates a bigger level of trust, and that's something that I at least feel that Black Diamond name has always carried. Like when you go to any sort of gear shop or even do your shopping online and you see that product, you can trust it. It's not nothing that you buy from Black Diamond is ever going to be bad. Because like we've discussed, even with the new Hydra tool that came out, how he dove so deeply into it and tested with the athletes, like talking about that last night. That was really cool, that tried and true testing over 3, 4, 5 years. You just know you're going to get a good product. So that's rad.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm happy you bring that up because the Hydra is a great example of, people at Black Diamond not just being a traditional engineer, they are people of the sport. And Jeremy and Derek and the rest of their team back at headquarters, they put a lot of work and effort into a tool like that. Mm-hmm. And same thing with Will Gadd, Jackson Marvel, Aaron Mulkey, and other athletes that we were given the tools to test out, give us feedback. I mean, there was a lot of back and forth between the engineers and the athletes on, what is the tool Black Diamond wants to come out with and make a statement with. Right. And I think what they came up with was just that. It's a piece that it's going to make a statement. It's going to be a phenomenal tool for anyone that's getting out on ice or they're doing dry tooling or mixed climbing. The thing is a phenomenal tool. And that's part of our mission, is to create trusted gear that people can truly rely on and realize that when they're out there in the thick of it, that gear is never going to fail, and it's going to be something that you can trust to, keep you alive in certain situations, or just have a great time with your friends or whoever you're out there with.
And then, yeah, that's all we're looking for at the end of the day. Just something to keep you warm, keep you dry, keep you safe, make sure you're having fun, and yeah, just that safety that's huge and something that BD stands for. So that's definitely awesome. So, thanks so much for diving into a little bit of the history. It's cool to talk about the ice tools. I know that's not stuff that we necessarily carry yet. We'll see what happens. But here we have, just some different gear, some harnesses, some bags, some ropes, some shoes, A couple different Belay devices. We got the Pilot and a couple different ATCs back here on the wall. You can see that Black Diamond is putting out a variety of gear. So first things first, maybe what are some of your favorite pieces from BD that we carry, things that we have here? What do you want to talk a little bit about today?
Yeah, it's great that you ask, which pieces that I like using, because we're going to talk about the solution harness today. And I actually brought in my own solution harness today that this is my go-to daily harness that I'm either using for sport climbing, climbing in the gym. You can use it for trad climbing. It's got a lot of cool features in it, but let's go ahead and start with the momentum harness, just because as far as tiers of our harnesses go, this is going to be that first harness that anyone who might be just getting into climbing or they're looking for a good quality harness, the momentum is going to be that piece that a lot of people are going to be introduced to first and foremost when th're walking into a gym. I've seen a lot of guys that they've been climbing for years and they're still rocking their momentum harness for many good reasons. You're going to have additional padding in the momentum harness compared to some of the other harnesses that we've got within our line. So it's going to be a little bit more comfortable when you're sitting there belaying, or if you're taking some falls off the wall, you're definitely going to be safe, comfortable, and enjoying yourself. And at the end of the day, pieces of equipment that help you enjoy what you're doing, they're going to get you out there more often. Mm-hmm. So you are going to have one speed buckle right on the hip belt. I'll kind of pull this out to show you guys some of those pieces on the momentum harness. You're going to have a men's and women's version of the momentum harness. And when you look at it, you will have that speed buckle I was talking about right there on your hip belt. You're going to have 4 molded gear loops to carry any quick draws, trad gear, carabiners, belay devices, anything along those lines. And then you are going to have adjustable leg loops. Now, a lot of people, for comfort and convenience sake, they love adjustable leg loops. They're going to help you kind of loosen those when you're down on the ground belaying, or you can tighten them up when you're up climbing on the wall. And that's one of the biggest differences between the momentum harness and the solution. So the solution is going to have less padding because it's going to be a lighter harness. This is our purpose-built sport climbing harness. So you will still have that speed buckle right there on the hip. You're going to have elastic bands right in there in the leg loops. It's just going to allow you to slip in, get that perfect fit. Yeah. Whether you're wearing a pair of shorts in the gym, or maybe you're going out climbing outside and you might have an extra layer on. It can just kind of adjust to whatever it is that you might be wearing and fit your legs perfectly the first time.
Yeah, so it's cool to see how you see the stretchy fiber there versus a little bit more of that standard webbing. Mm-hmm. So that's definitely interesting to see. I think a lot of people always skip over that type of stuff and they go, why doesn't it have adjustable leg loops? But diving into that little piece right there, that stretchiness, is definitely something that's useful to talk about and let people know that that's there and why it's there. So yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and the webbing that you kind of talk about on the momentum, one thing that they do on the solution harness is, with there being less padding, there's actually going to be 3 strands of webbing going through not just the waist belt, but the leg loops as well, to help distribute weight when you're hanging in the harness. So it adds for a much more comfortable, natural fit when you're wearing that harness.
Yeah.
So yeah, same thing. You're going to have 4 molded gear loops all the way around the solution harness. And it's just a great second tier harness that you might move into after you're done with the momentum.
Yeah, rad.
That's kind of good coverage of what you guys carry within the store. You've got 2 phenomenal harnesses that people can come in and grab and feel comfortable climbing in. You can go test them out at Adventus here in Toledo. And yeah, just super excited that you guys are carrying some great harnesses.
Heck yeah. So then outside of that, we'll jump next into what's kind of your favorite maybe indoor shoe versus outdoor shoe, and why would you recommend those different things, even outside of things that we carry, maybe looking at the Aspect Pro, where do you see the BD line right now your favorite indoor versus outdoor shoe.
Yeah, so my favorite indoor shoe right now is our Method S. It's a very soft, very sensitive sport climbing shoe made for steep routes, whether you're in the gym or outside the gym. It kind of includes some of that same knit technology on the upper portion of the shoe that's going to allow you to breathe. It's going to have a great on-skin feel. The knit is very similar to what we have in our Momentum shoe. So they're both going to have different lasts. When you look at the Momentum, it's going to have a much flatter last, a little bit more comfortable for everyday wear in the gym, where the Method S is going to have a little bit more of an aggressive downturn. Again, if you're looking for a really sensitive shoe that is going to be a really soft shoe on your foot, the Method S is going to be great for that.
Yep.
Now, as far as outdoor shoes, the Aspect series with the Aspect and the Aspect Pro are a much stiffer shoe. They're going to be great for trad climbing or outdoor sport climbing, again with a little bit of a flatter last, and then you are going to have a leather upper with different variations of rubber around the toe.
Right.
On the Aspect Pro, you're going to have a higher cuff that comes around your ankle for additional protection. And then the Aspect, you're going to have a little bit of a lower profile covering around your ankle there. Both of those are going to be lace shoes, where the Momentum and the Method S are going to be Velcro. So for ease of slipping on and off when you're climbing in the gym or outdoors, those are great shoes for that purpose.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, my go-to shoes right now are the Method S and the Aspect Pro, depending on where or when I'm climbing.
Right.
So yeah.
Heck yeah, cool. No, I agree. Yeah, we got a chance to play around with the Method S's a little bit as well, and I think they're very comparable to a lot of those higher end bouldering shoes. Something like, maybe the Solution or the Instinct. They kind of sit right in there, maybe a little bit on the softer side. What we talked about last night, and something I like about them is how over 6, 7, 8 months of use, they're not really expanding. They're staying relatively true to size. Where a lot of softer shoes might expand and eventually feel kind of like a clown shoe. I noticed that this shoe is not doing that. I wish I would have gone a half size up. We've discussed this, learning this new shoe that just recently came out is a learning process. But now knowing that, I'm like, man, I wish I would have got the 12 instead of the 11 and a half. But that's cool to see that the shoe's not expanding and breaking down. So really good value for the money that you're putting into it, just because you're not losing that power. It's not stretching out. You're not losing a lot of that sensitivity throughout the life of the shoe. So that's really cool to see for sure.
Yeah. There's a lot of rubber on that toe box in the Method S.
Yeah.
The rubber on both the Momentum and the Method S are going to be Black Diamond's Black Label rubber. So everyone's foot is different. Every shoe brand. The sizing is different.
Yeah.
That's why I'll travel around the Midwest when we're doing demos and people can try on our shoes. It's always great to educate people by not just telling them how the shoe fits, but getting it on their feet and finding that size that works best for them. So in a lot of cases, people will size down in one brand and they might size up in another brand, or it might vary from shoe to shoe within a brand. But we definitely try and keep that consistency of, if I know I wear, a size 46 or 12, that it's going to fit the same way throughout the entire shoe line. Right. So definitely getting that dialed in is going to be important for any customers that are shopping online at Ridge and River, or if they're coming into Adventus or the shop, they can try the shoes on and see what works best for them.
For sure. Heck yeah. Cool, man. And then, now we've talked about harnesses, we've talked about shoes. What's next? We've got rope here. So tell me a little bit about Black Diamond rope, what you like about it, some of the technology maybe within that. And we'll just jump into it.
Yeah, so the rope I actually run is right here with us today. This is going to be our 9.4 dry treated rope. This is going to be UIAA certified. The sheath and the core of the rope are actually going to have that dry treatment inside of it. And the rope's going to have a 1x1 weave. Now the other rope that you guys have within your inventory are 9/8. That's not going to be a dry treated rope, but it's going to be a burlier rope that's going to be great for everyday use. It is going to have 3 marks to show the middle of the rope there. And it's just a great all-around, nice light rope that you can kind of take out and just enjoy some outdoor climbing on. I'm going to be taking this rope up with me to Michigan Ice Fest this season to use while we're up there climbing on the ice. But we were using it just last week when we were in Grand Ledge climbing on some sandstone out there. So it's a very versatile rope. Both ropes you have are very versatile. One of the biggest differences between the 9.4 and the 9.8 that you guys have in your inventory is that 9.8 is going to be a 2x2 weave. So a little bit of a difference there. But yeah, just overall, really excited about the ropes that we have, and we've got some cool Honnold editions. We've got a Babsy edition, and a few different ropes within our line. So if anyone's looking for one specific style, length, diameter, we've got a wide variety for people to kind of look into.
Heck yeah. So we talked about, solid hardware with Black Diamond, something that's reliable, try to chew out in the field. So next I think we'll hop into the Belay devices. We've got the various ATCs, the XB, the Guide, the Pilot. So what's your favorite Belay device from Black Diamond, and why do you use it?
Yeah, so my favorite Belay device right now is the Pilot. Find myself using that most often. It's going to be great for single pitch scenarios where it's just you and one other person, whether it may be lead climbing or top rope. It's great also in the wintertime when we're going to Ice Fest or we're up at Peabody's, just because it's going to have a steel configuration here on the top, and then it's going to have a plastic handle, which isn't going to get as cold as maybe a metal might be right on your hand. Very ergonomic, very easy to let out rope or take whenever you might need to for your partner. And it's going to be, our assisted braking device that, God forbid, we have an accident where the belayer might get hit in the head with a rock and get knocked out. That assisted belay device is going to have one more piece or one more redundancy, so that if something horrible happens, it helps keep people safe. But hopefully that never happens. And climbing is dangerous, and we make gear that's simple, it's comfortable, looks good, which is always a great plus. But the more we can simplify our product, the more that we can make it easy to use, the more often people are going to use that kind of product. So I always talk to people that may not climb or belay with a helmet all the time. It's a very easy thing to use and put on, and if that's the difference between you getting hurt and you not being hurt, then we might as well use it. But we got to make a product that people will want to use, and I think we've done that with all of our helmets, all of our belay devices and everything, so it's helping keep people safe.
Yeah, for sure. So we've got the half dome here, kind of the base kind of starter model helmet from Black Diamond. We were talking last night about the Vision and the Vapor. So the line is pretty extensive, and you can get a really solid kind of foam composite helmet. But let's dive into the half dome. Where did this helmet come from? Why is this kind of like the intro level helmet, and what's good about it?
Yeah, so the name, I think we all know where that comes from, Half Dome, out there in Yosemite. This is going to be a great all-day helmet or all-around daily driver that a lot of people gravitate towards. It's going to have our EPS foam with that plastic shell that covers the entire helmet. And then you're going to have a dial adjustment system there on the back, which is super easy to adjust whether you're wearing gloves or not. You're going to have venting all along both sides, and then you'll have the option to clip in your headlamp right there on each part of the helmet. So you'll have 4 different clips all the way around. But again, just a nice, very durable helmet. Once you start getting into our Visions or our Vapor, where that EPP foam is exposed, those are going to be built for someone who's looking for a really lightweight helmet that's going on one of their projects that they're trying to complete. But again, all of them are built to protect you from all the falls, any rocks falling, and just meant to keep you safe. So super happy about the way all of our helmets have turned out. And DG and those guys over at Black Diamond have done a great job, not only creating a helmet that is very safe and comfortable, but just aesthetically pleasing as well, which is always a great plus.
Heck yeah, and then you mentioned the headlamps on there. So yeah, what the difference maybe between the Spot, the Astro, the red light. What are some good things going on with Black Diamond and the headlamp game right now?
Yeah, so you guys carry the Astro and our Spot headlamp. You got a 300 and a 400 lumen option. Both of them take AAA batteries, or you can get our BD 1500 rechargeable battery that you can clip right in there. So those are able to take our rechargeable batteries. Some of the differences between our Spot and our Astro headlamp, obviously the lumens are going to be a little bit different. You're going to get our power tap technology on our 400 lumen headlamp. So if you've got a glove or a bare hand, you can go up, tap your headlamp and it'll go to full blast, or you can tap it and it'll go back to a lower lumen setting. You are going to get a red light option with the 400, which you don't get with the Astro, but both of them coming in at a great price point. The Astro is going to be great for anyone that's out hiking, camping, or maybe even some running. Once you start getting into our higher lumen options, that's when you start doing sports where you might be moving a little bit faster. So whether you're skiing, you're bicycling, anything like that is when you start moving into that higher lumen headlamp. But yeah, both of them have their differences, and both of them are tools that have been made for different purposes. But at the end of the day, Black Diamond has been well known for our headlamps. We make a wide range of different options, all the way from, a 1,000 lumen option headlamp to our 300 lumen headlamps. So we've pretty much got anything that you might need covered as far as lighting goes in the backcountry.
Sick. So, we've taken a pretty base level look at some of the different gear that Black Diamond provides. Again, we've got some more stuff here in the back. So when you're getting out cragging, when you're sport climbing, when you're trad climbing, obviously you're going to be taking a lot of gear. So where are we going to put all that gear?
Yeah, we're going to put that in one of our creek packs, which is an absolute gear swallower. This thing carries everything that you'll probably ever need in the backcountry. It's going to be our top loading bag that you're able to throw your ropes, quick draws, carabiners, snacks, anything like that in there. And the inspiration behind this creek series was from our haul bags. So the exterior fabric is going to be fully waterproof material that's extremely durable, a high denier material that's going to protect your gear, not only from stuff getting in, but stuff getting out. So, let's paint a picture. You're going out to the crag, you've got all your gear, and you're ready to kind of set up. You're going to have that side entry pocket that kind of opens the bag up super wide, grab everything, see everything that you're going to need. And it's just super accessible and easy to use when you're starting to get out there and go climbing. One of the other cool features with our creek bags that was an inspiration from our haul bags was the base of this bag is going to have a nice sturdy lining there at the bottom that allows the bag to kind of sit straight up and down whenever it's filled out. You're going to have some foam padding along the shoulder pads. You're going to have hip pads that are going to have that foam padding in there as well, just to make it comfortable for those longer hauls, into the crag. Sometimes you can park at the parking lot and the crag's right there. Sometimes you really got to haul in quite a ways to get there. So you're going to be comfortable with this bag. It's going to be able to haul all your gear.
As you're closing that bag up there, as we said, we've taken a pretty base level view of everything Black Diamond offers. Toledo's getting into the climbing scene. It's still fairly new, so we're starting off a little bit smaller and hope to expand the line as the community grows. We talked a little bit about doing a giveaway. What's going on with that?
Yeah, so we're gonna do a giveaway for anyone that's watching this video. The requirements to win a prize, which is gonna be a brand new solution harness along with a new belay device and carabiner, kind of a full package for anyone that wants to get a new setup. Go ahead and comment and interact with this video on what your favorite Black Diamond gear is. Go ahead and subscribe to Ridge and River's YouTube page and their Instagram. And then that's all you got to do to enter. And then on top of that, every share of this video on any social media platform is going to count as an additional entry. So go ahead and share this with your friends, anyone who's interested in either climbing or Black Diamond in general, and have an opportunity to win a new prize. And just wanted to thank you for having me out here. It's always a pleasure being in the store and at the gym, and these guys are running a great operation here, so super happy to be partnered with Ridge and River with Black Diamond.
Heck yeah. Thanks, dude. Appreciate you.
Thank you. We're gonna want to cut this part because I just lost my train of thought.
That's all right, man.
Yeah.
Match competitor.
Yeah.
Exactly what it's all about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.